Thank you, Travis. Good evening, viewers, and welcome to tonight's regional news. Hurricane Fiona left hundreds of people stranded across Puerto Rico after smashing roads and bridges, with authorities still struggling to reach them 4 days after the storm smacked the United States territory, causing historic flooding. Government officials have been working with religious groups, nonprofits, and others braving landslides, thick mud, and broken asphalt by foot to provide food, water, and medicine for people in need, but they are under pressure to clear a path so vehicles can enter isolated areas soon. Nino Correa, the commissioner of Puerto Rico's Emergency Management Agency, estimated that at least 6 municipalities across the island had areas that were cut off by Fiona, which struck as a Category 1 hurricane and was up to Category 4 power Thursday as it headed toward Bermuda. Fiona sparked an island-wide blackout when it hit Puerto Rico's southwest region, which already was still trying to recover from a series of strong earthquakes in recent years. Some 62% of 1.47 million customers remained without power Thursday, 4 days after the storm, amid the extreme heat alert issued by the National Weather Service. Some 36% of customers, or nearly 500,000, did not have water service. We tell you now that Malaysian defense contractor nicknamed Fat Leonard, who arranged one of the largest bribery scandals in the United States military history, has been arrested in Venezuela after fleeing before his sentencing, authorities said Wednesday. The international manhunt for Leonard Glenn Francis ended with his arrest by Venezuelan authorities Tuesday morning at the Caracas airport, where he was about to board an airplane to another country, the U.S. Marshals Service said. Francis had traveled to Venezuela from Mexico with a stopover in Cuba. Interpol Venezuela Director General Carlos Rondon said in a statement posted on Instagram. Francis was headed to Russia and was arrested at the main international airport in Caracas, the agency said. The arrest came on the eve of his scheduled sentencing in a federal court in California for the bribery scheme that lasted more than a decade and involved dozens of U.S. Navy officers. There was no immediate word on when he might be extradited to the United States. The U.S. government faces a challenge returning the fugitive back to the American soil. The U.S. government does not recognize Nicolas Maduro's socialist government, has no embassy in the country, and has imposed crushing sanctions on the country that has further embittered relations. Law enforcement cooperation between the two countries is rare. Francis was under home arrest in San Diego when he cut off his GPS ankle bracelet and escaped on September 4. 10 U.S. agencies searched for Francis, and authorities issued a $40,000 reward for his arrest. Now for a final story. The Bank of England raised its key interest rate Thursday by another 0.5 percentage point to the highest level in 14 years, but despite facing inflation that outpaces other major economies, it avoided more aggressive hikes made by the United States Federal Reserve and other central banks. It is the Bank of England's 7th straight move to increase borrowing costs as rising food and energy prices fuel a cost of living crisis that is considered the worst in a generation. Despite facing a slumping currency, tight labor market, and inflation near its highest level in 4 decades, officials held off on acting more boldly as they predicted a second consecutive drop in economic output this quarter, an informal definition of recession. The bank matched its half-point increase last month, the biggest in 27 years, to bring its benchmark rate to 2.25%. The decision was delayed a week as the United Kingdom mourned Queen Elizabeth II and comes after the new Prime Minister. Government unveiled a massive relief package aimed at helping consumers and businesses cope with the skyrocketing energy bills. That has brought us to the end of tonight's regional news. Thank you for watching. Back to you, Travis.